No, she has exam.
Oh.
Do you think mushers?
Because I was gonna say like,
I'm actually.
I'm actually.
Oh, it just made me scared about the AP.
Why?
Because I forgot about it like completely. And now I have to like lock it in.
Lock it in.
Oh, it's next week. It's next week. You got it. And no, I remember yesterday I practiced with talking about it. And she's like, I'm literally so mad that the game got rescheduled.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Your samples are there. Go take your final observations. Go get your final masses. Go. Go, 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 go. What? No. Go get your own. You got to get one mass and make observations. You can't partner up because I need everyone to get their results. So go get your results. Use the balance that you used yesterday for the most accurate measurement.
Wait, when's the test? Tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay. Oh my god. We have
6, 8.9. Leaf. Yep. Angel. Olivia Delabro or Delaveau. Delaveau. Sorry. I just am doing attendance. But you guys aren't where you normally are, so. Cynthia. Rose. Rose. You're right. There's not. I'm sorry. It's just that's normally the. Never mind. My bad. Sorry. Okay, when you are done getting your mass and you are done getting your observations, you will take and put a small amount of water in the bottom of the beaker and you will set it on this cart. The filter paper can get thrown away, but you need to make sure you have your mass and your observations before you do that. Yes? Well, they should all be to the same place because you use the same balance every single time. Yes, definitely. And now when you subtract and you get your final mass, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you subtract the 1, 2, or possibly more filter papers and the mass of the beaker. And give me your mass of your sample just. That needs to go into the data table, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, probably some like oh wait, no. The books my door. Have you seen it? Okay, so mass is 0.1. You want us to put the mass in?
Do I want you to what? Yes, you need to put it into this data table. It doesn't matter if you are trial 1 or trial 2. If there were 2 groups that did the same volumes, I'm going to have 2 numbers here. If there was only 1 group that did the volume, I will only have 1 number here. So it will be possible that someone will already have a number in trial 1 for you. You then just simply are trial 2. Type your numbers into the table. Just the mass of the sample. Subtract the mass of the beaker and the mass of all of the filter paper. And in there you type the mass of just your sample. Yes.
Okay. We can touch it after we mask it.
Sure. If you touch it though, please wash your hands before you leave, especially if you're going to go eat after this.
What if I go rub my eyeballs with it?
Then I guess you're going to get lead in your eyes.
What would that do?
What?
What would that do?
Probably not much.
So we did
Probably irritate them and burn them, but I just want a little bit in the bottom just because I need to get this back into liquid so I can filter it out before I dump it. I will show you. You can't do that yet because it's not done.
So we
Use sig figs. It should be to 3 places beyond the decimal because you are adding and subtracting all of these numbers.
So we can throw away this.
Don't put the G. Get rid of the G.
Can I just like dip it in here?
So just the number. Yep, perfect. Perfect. Just normal water. What? Right there. No, I just need some water in there so that it can start making it liquid so I can filter it, or so it can start making it easier for me to filter again. Come on, let's go. Get done.
Threw on my computer last hour because I was rushing.
Because now you're cutting into your review time for the test tomorrow.
Look, it's a Coke. Did you already mention that? Yeah. So you put it in. Look, and then you go like this, and then you go. With a nail? Just kidding, it's from a little pin that Kiana gave me. No Coke here. Not in school.
Yeah, because then you'll be eating lead. That's how you get lead poisoning, is to ingest it. Get it somehow within the body.
What if I just inject it straight into my veins?
I don't know, might be worse for you, I would think.
Show answer for all trials below. You have to wait for that.
What?
Show answers for all trials below. And it says trial 1, trial 2.
What are we talking about?
For the questions, Mr. Brand, it says like
Okay.
different trials and stuff.
Remember too, yeah, all the questions have to. I don't know why.
Well, these are them.
Oh. So do we have to wait for
These are the mold. No, these are the molds. These are the masks that you should have gotten.
So we put the molds of all the
Where it says trial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the numbers. These are the numbers for the mass for trial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Lee.
I can't hear.
Yeah,
Okay.
for number 2.
It's okay.
Should we get glasses?
Farhan, who is your partner who's not here today? Aiden, who is your partner who's not here today?
I should have known.
Anyone else have a part? I got yours, Angel. Anyone else have a partner who is not here today? Okay. All right, get done. Jennifer, I'm sorry, who was your partner yesterday?
You gotta start naming off everyone that wasn't.
Do you know
here.
where she sits?
Oh, Rocio. She sits up here in the front normally. You and Rocio were working together. Thank you. I will take care of those of you who were not, whose partners are not here today. I will copy the data from your lab into theirs. I will copy the mask that you got today. Okay? So I will do that for them. You do not have to worry about that. All right. Now, I need these finished, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Get the numbers in here, please. Those are not bad, ladies and gentlemen. So far, those are looking very good, the numbers.
Wait, what is trial one? I didn't put in there.
Trial 1 is if there might have been 2 groups who did the lab. If you did it, put it under trial 1. If there's a second group that did that same volume, they're going to put it under trial 2. I should change that. I will change that right now.
So we put the max?
The mass that you just calculated.
Yeah.
So I put we wanted to take by itself and out of the liquid. We rinsed it so the residual ions off the liquid. The residual ions of the liquid off of it.
Yeah. So you wanted to give
No, 2.032. Right?
Oh, I just did what he told me. That's actually like what he told me.
Word for word.
What do you okay, so where we do the second question, we were doing the molar ratio. Will you take points off if we don't put like the actual we put 1 mole over 1 mole?
Well, you need to put 1 mole of what over 1 mole of what? Yes, you do need to put that. Yes. What's the matter?
I'm assuming.
Okay, good. I can do nothing.
I'm gonna go visit her and I'm gonna give her my phone number. Good. I want her to call me. That's my No, it isn't.
Can we not
It's just
go
not showing
down?
up that resume.
What? Jennifer, what's your question?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I should do for her.
So you said I had to use.
She's I love when she talks crap about the other
I think
resumes.
she's gonna be mad at us.
Has she done that to you? Because she's talking crap about the other resumes.
Yes.
The girl told me
Oh,
that
she was telling me because you know Lila, when she yeah, she was like,
Yes.
I had to say for 10 minutes.
But
Gross.
here's the
I was like,
question.
oh God.
How much
And
volume
then
did you put in yesterday?
like if you're having a conversation again on
What volume did you use for that?
everything.
You know what I mean?
I was like, why are you hating?
Because you did 15. So put your
Like,
answer.
what do you mean? Like, there's just no active. Like, I'll tell
I understand it. Put it next to it. There were 3 of you?
I did just call her.
Okay. So there were 3 of you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I
So it's not
haven't
like
opened
braces.
strats in probably a week.
Give me your number. Are these other 2 up
Yeah,
there?
because
They're not yours, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Chat, then I'll be like, oh, okay. I gotta.
So give me your number, please.
Otherwise, I don't.
2.024.
And then this one, is it working? Yeah, it is.
Okay, hey,
Pinterest.
let's go. I need the 5 milliliter. I need the 20 and I need the 25. I need those put in. And if they're in there and I'm yelling at you and they're already in there, please let me know. I will update this. And that might be why.
The 5 milliliters in there, so.
Okay. Did you put it in under 2nd period post lab?
Yeah.
Or did you put it in under 4th?
It's just not showing up.
It's just not in the box.
Oh, hit enter. Get out of the box. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Get out. Thank you. If you're still in the box, it hasn't officially entered it yet.
Not bad.
No, that's my bad. Again, figuring this out as we go. I don't do a lot of tables this way. So who's the 20 group?
Wait, which trial is it?
Type it in, Farhan.
You have to. How did you get that number?
1, 2, 3.
No, wait, which trial is it? So you could just say.
Aiden, you got to put it in. You got to hit enter. Because until you get out of that box, it's not going to show up.
To the number, whereas like.
Whatever.
Open up your actual lab now, ladies and gentlemen. Aiden, we got it? Thank you. All right. Now, you cannot transfer this table in yet. You cannot do the graph yet. But I'm going to tell you what you have to get done by the end of the day tomorrow to get this lab done and turned in. After 4th hour today, after the start of 4th hour, they should have their data in just like you do. And then you will see an all-class average pop up. Okay? Now, I am going to, in 4th hour, after they put all their data in, I am going to take away all of your accesses from this. Okay? I'm going to take it away. Because then what you are going to have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you are going to have to make, I'll let you have a view-only access. You are then going to have to make a copy for yourself. Does everyone understand how to do that? The reason that we're doing that is because then you are going to have to change some things about the graph before you put it into your lab. You have to change 3 things. Okay? If we look at the tab that says second period graph, there are 2 lines on there right now. There will eventually be 3. The red line is your class average. The blue line is the predicted mass. So some points we're close together. Some not so much. Okay? It's easier to explain why these are over than why these are under. Because if you're over the line, what does that mean? Why did you get too much mass? Water's gone. Those were dry as could be, correct?
Yeah. The ions.
Thank you. You didn't rinse out all of your ions out of your sample. Okay? You didn't rinse out all of your ions out of your sample, which means they're still in there. That's why your number is higher than what you should have gotten. Okay, let's flip it. Why would yours be lower, possibly, for some of you? What? Couldn't have. You couldn't have. There's no way to rinse it out. It either had to end up in the beaker or in the filter paper. Or, for some of you, only a few had this problem. Some had it multiple times. Thank you. If that's what you meant, I'm sorry. If it went through the filter paper into the container down below, guess what? You weren't collecting that. You dumped that down the drain. Maybe you had to refilter it. Maybe you didn't get it all, something like that. But it should not have gone through the filter paper. But if it did, because your filter paper didn't seal or whatever, that's a reason to explain how it could be low. Okay, now, when I take and lock you out of this later today, and you make a copy of it, you may want to write this down or make a note of this or however you want to. But before you can put this into your graph, you need to change the x-axis, the y-axis, and the title. Now, to do that, ladies and gentlemen, there are a couple of ways you can do it. Number one, you can click directly, double-click directly on the titles. Once they're highlighted, you can change them to whatever you want. But, again, you could write this down. What do these numbers on the x-axis represent? Milliliters of sodium iodide. Thank you, because by putting milliliters in there, you put in the unit. So if you type it just the way that KP just said it, milliliters of sodium iodide, you will have the correct title. You can't do it now because you'll change it for everyone. And I will change it back when I make it so that I post it. Okay? Questions? So then what are these numbers on the side?
The grams.
Of Not sodium iodine. Of the lead iodine, or you could simply say the grams of precipitate. Either one. Okay? That is what your y-axis will be, and then you need to give it a title. Mass of, or volume of sodium iodide versus mass of precipitate would be perfectly fine. If you do not change these three things before you put this into your lab, you will lose points. Because you get 1 point for putting it in there and 1 point for changing those. Questions? Because here's the thing. Tomorrow you're going to be taking the test. Tomorrow I don't want you coming in and asking me a bunch of questions about the lab because there ain't time for them. You want to come see me before school? You want to come see me during home base? You want to come and see me after school tomorrow? I'll be around for a few minutes. But the lab is due by the end of the day tomorrow. That means you got till 11:59 at night and 59 seconds. But you have to put this in to your lab. Now, you can do the copy chart up here. Go into your lab and do Control V and it will paste it in there for you. Or, ladies and gentlemen, after you have made your changes, you can go into your lab. You could. I don't like screenshots. The only reason is because if you're going to do that, you might as well do copy chart. Okay? If you hit copy chart and put it in here, it'll put it in. But the other way you can put it in, ladies and gentlemen, is you can go to the spot where you want it, right below where it says graph. Insert, chart, from sheets. Whatever graph you were working on last, ladies and gentlemen, will be the one up here in the corner. And then you can take and click on this and insert it or import it. Either way, I don't care, but you got to find a way to get it in there. If you take a screenshot, KP, the bad part of that is if for some reason you realize that something is wrong, it won't update. If you take and do it this way, it will update if you change something. So say you forgot to put a title on or whatever. Again, I don't care as long as it gets in there the right way. Questions?
What about the last couple questions?
Well, hold on. Before I get to the questions. You also need to copy and paste this whole table when it is done. Literally just Control-C, going into the lab, take this one out. I'm sorry, I should have had it taken out. Ooh, that's a little far. Control-V. There you go. It'll put it in there for you. Okay? It will put it in there for you. All right? But you got to make sure this column is done before you do that, please. Questions? Those are the two things that we cannot do together in class. And you have to make sure you get both of them done after 4th hour today. Questions? Literally, this should take you 10 minutes tops. Now, the question was asked, and I will answer it, and let's go through this real quick just so that everybody understands. You leave your volume like this, you're not getting credit for this calculation. Go in here, click on where it says your volume, and put your volume in there in milliliters. Now, Jennifer, even if you didn't do, if your calculation was done different than the 15 milliliters, put your number in here. I'm fine with that. The calculations you did ahead of time. Okay? Absolutely fine. Put answers here that have units on them. You leave off units, you don't get credit for the answer. If it's just a number, you don't get credit for it. It's got to be units. Questions? For this calculation, yes, you need to take out where it says moles of product, and you need to change this to how many moles of lead iodide. By the way, lead iodide, ladies and gentlemen, well, I'm a big fan of copying and pasting here. So you could copy lead nitrate in here, and then you could change it. or you could type in PBI2. I don't care. However you want to do it, get it done. Okay? Down here should be moles of reactant, which would be how many moles of PbNO3. That one you can copy and paste and put down there. Questions? For this one, same product on the top. On the bottom, though, would be moles of sodium iodide. As a matter of fact, I will guarantee you, the ratio here is not the same as the ratio here. They are different. Even though the tops are the same, the bottoms are different. And show me your answer in moles of lead iodide. Questions?
Oh, for the answers trial below for both of them, would that one would be the moles of PBI in the table?
Yes. So that you are literally getting these 6 answers here from the table right here. This column right here. Those are the answers.
Do you want us to write for trial 1 we put the number and we put moles and we have to put of, or could we just put mole?
You can just put the numbers in there.
Oh, you want units?
I will let you not put the units by those because that box isn't big enough. I should have put the unit above. My bad. You don't have to.
It fits.
Okay, then do it.
But do you want us to
Just put mole. Yes, please, just put the unit of mole. You don't need to put what the substance is because we know what it is. It's lead iodide. Okay? So yes, please put mole after it. Okay? Now, the next question, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to take the smaller number you got from here, the smaller amount of moles, and that goes here, your moles. Formula mass goes on top. You've already calculated that. Everybody should have the same. It's over 400. Need to put the number in here. And then you need to put your answer here. And then down here goes the 0.576, the 1 point whatever. And again, what's the unit? So put a G afterwards. This isn't being graphed. Put a G afterwards. Okay? All those numbers are there for you, though. You need to show me your calculation and then copy the numbers down. Questions?
Wait, where do we find the?
They're all right here, the yellow ones.
For both of them? I thought that was the one for the one on the top.
Nope, the one on the top is the moles right next to it. The one here that is in grams is number 3, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Questions? Here's what I will tell you too. In a minute, when we're done, I'm going to give you time to either work on getting ready for the test or work more on this lab. If you have questions, call me over and I will go through the lab with you. I will show you things. This is one you have to do. Now, you had a trial. You had a number that you just got. That is the experimental value here. The accepted value are these right here that you just typed in. Put your number over the accepted value and get me a percent yield. Okay? That goes down here under the trials. But then you need to take the class average for the other ones. You do your number for yours.
Wait, I thought you said class average. You put the 0.6 there.
Please listen. You do your number for your one trial. So let's say you were the 20 milliliters, and this is your number. You do the percent yield calculation in the box for your numbers. Okay? But then for the numbers that are on the bottom table, you take the class average versus what you should have gotten. You're looking at me like I'm crazy here. This is what the experimental was divided by the accepted. That will give you the number that goes in the bottom. You do not have to show me every one of those calculations, but you have to do them and put your answer in there.
For every single one.
Yes, all 6. All 6. If it kills you, I will never make you do it again.
And you said for our personal one, for like that.
Your personal one goes in the box as the example.
And that's the one that's under group 1.
Well, I don't know. Some of you had to type it in here. But your number from your data table above.
Over the average.
Not over the average.
Over that
Over
one.
this. This is how much you were supposed to get. This is the accepted value.
Okay.
Now, for the other ones, you're going to do the class average over the accepted value.
Okay.
So if you didn't do this 5 milliliter, you're going to do 0.66 divided by 0.576 times 100, and you're going to get me an answer.
Do they have to be in the same place?
No, here's the thing. Because this is a percentage, I would like you to go to one place beyond the decimal. So like 98.7, 100.3, 50.2, one place beyond the decimal, please.
Yeah.
So what did it come out to? Can I ask?
115.1.
That's plus or minus 15%. That's not terrible. Believe me, this is a harder lab to do. Okay? Normally, if you're within 10%, that is awesome. You guys are a little above that, which is not terrible. Questions? Okay, I'm sorry. I should. By the way, trial 1 was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm sorry. I will change this to be better in the future. Yes, Olivia.
Are we supposed to put the number we get in your trial box?
You can put the number you get from up above in your trial box, but for the other ones, you use the class average. Okay? So put the number that you get into the trial box for yours, but do the class averages for the other ones. Fair enough?
For the class average, we just take like in the table it says like 1.664, and we divide it by the grams of precipitation.
Correct. Correct. Okay. There is no reason for me to go over question number 1 with you. We went through that a ton. Why do you rinse it? Why do you rinse the precipitate? What are we trying to get out of there, ladies and gentlemen? No reason for me to go over that. Question number 2. Identify the limiting reactant in each problem. The limiting reactant is either the sodium iodide or it is the lead nitrate. Okay? It is one of those two. Now, look at this table and use a little common sense here, please. What is happening to these numbers at the start? They are going up. What is happening to these numbers all along? Can this number staying the same cause this number to go up? So then, if it's not this number causing this amount, it has to be something else. Something that is going up, correct? Now, at the end here, what do we notice about this? It's staying the same. So, when we look here, what's happening to these numbers here? They are going up. Can these numbers going up cause these to stay the same? Okay, so you should be able to figure out what the limiting reactant is by looking at these numbers compared to these. But here's what I will tell you. There is one trial and one only, where there are two limiting reactants. You run out of both at the exact same time. Again, if you think about this logically, you can look at this and figure out which one it is. Okay? Or you have to go and do the calculations and figure out which one it is. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. We've already done this. Okay? Not going to tell you which one it is. You need to figure it out. Questions? I will tell you this. When there are two limiting reactants, It is because in that trial you created the same amount of lead iodide from both reactants. The exact same amount of lead iodide would have been created by both reactants. That means they are both limiting. Questions? Olivia.
For the yield process, do we use the class average or the all?
For everyone other than your trial,
Yeah.
use the class average.
Okay.
For your trial, use your number. Okay. So the only thing left is this last question. Compare the number of moles of reactants and products that you calculated in calculation 1 and 2 for this trial to the ratio of the balanced equation. I'm going to go to this because it's easier. Here are the moles of reactant. Here are the moles of product. How do these numbers compare to these? These numbers compare to these. But again, you have to take into account this is your balanced equation up here at the top. And you will notice that this has a 2 in front. This is a 1. This is a 1. This is a 1. So how do the numbers that you were just looking at, comparing reactants to products, compare with the ratio here? If you look at it, you will see a pattern. And you need to express that to me somehow. Questions? I'm done. I will answer any questions individually or whatever that you need at the lab stations in the back, ladies and gentlemen. I would at least go back and look at them. But there are 3 questions there that are similar to what you are going to see on your test tomorrow. If you have time and you want to work on them, markers are there, everything is out, answer keys are on top of the balances. Everything you need is out there. The next, 40 minutes of class is yours to do with as you see fit. I am here to answer questions, to give you any help you need. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, do what you need to do. I will be there in 1 second, Mitzi. Maybe 2 because I'm slow. Mitzi, what can I do for you? I changed it because I averaged the 2 numbers together. Go back and use your original number when you go to the percent. Use that one, correct. I just, because I don't have a third column, I averaged those 2 together and put it in there. That's why your number is in there. The one that you got, yes, over the grams that you were supposed to do, which I think which trial did you do? So it should have been 1.71. Yes. It should be the best number. It may be a number that's bigger than the best number, over that 100 or over the It is. Okay. Remember, we have to go through the ratios. The ratios that maybe of this ratio. Same amount. I mean, you get the same amount of product from one. No, but yeah, so the question was, that's NAI. It's the amount of NAI time and the amount of NAI that you can specifically get. That's how we're regularly using it. That was again. You're not having enough of the third. By then, why? It's smaller, fine. Why that ratio? Let them go up. Remember, this is one. Is the other one that we. So yeah. Maybe mine is just early. Yes. Hey, okay, I figured that could So you're gonna put one mole over two moles, one mole and one over two moles. Top is what you're trying to get to. Uh, yes, because the first one was we all use this.
Yeah, so we're trying to what I got.
We started out one trial.
No problem.
Units, but it does happen. So like those groups where the line was above the graph line, you got more mass in this one. Normally percent yield come out below. But after I mean, in this lab, if you don't get rid of all those ions, you're gonna have a higher mass than you're supposed to.
Which you don't see the graph until after 4,000.
Correct. So it'll still be in your Google Classroom, but I will change it so that when you go to it, you will not be able to edit it. When you can't edit it, then you have to make a copy of it. Because once you make a copy, you can edit it again, and then you can change the things on the graph and put it into your class. Yes. Tell me what's on this what do you notice about the amount of they're going up? Okay. Well, look at the moles of reactant. What do you notice about the moles of reactant? Sodium iodide versus what do you notice about the numbers? What do you notice about the numbers? Okay. So let me ask you this. If something is staying the same, did it cause something else to change? Oh, start. What has to be causing that phase? Direction. Although, if the precipitate is going up the rate of the amount of reactant. Now, sodium iodide goes up the whole time, right? The amount of moles goes up the whole time. Look at the last three numbers in the equation. So, sodium iodide going up cause that precipitate to stay the same. No. So then what had to happen at the end? It has to go up. The lead nitrate doesn't do what? So, it's the same. What are these numbers? So the question is, which one of these two is limited, right? Well, it's the start. Which one of these run out of first? Okay, because it's going up as long as you precipitate, right? But at the end, what happens? The precipitate stays the same. Why? So in my mind, it's still going up. I see the precipitate going up. Well, yeah. Which means the one that is the same as the cost, right? Which is what? Okay, but at the start, it's not staying the same. So why is it going up? So at the start, which one's going up? At the start, which one's going up? It's possible. One thing you eliminate all of the time. Different formula, right? So you can say that in this trial, this trial, this trial, you don't have any drinks. Here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So I just come with the number 4. So I have the balance of 15 written on top,
Okay.
and then I have the moles that on the bottom. And that's the total for 5. And remember, girls are supposed to have
Oh, I'm asking you to only go to the second time. I never do that. But also well, whichever one was living for this group will also be living for that one. Doesn't matter which one. Whichever one was living for here will be living for there. But be careful because the ratio living for this product. And however many moles of one you make should be the same amount of the okay. Well, hold on. I need to look at the. Yes, we're here to that. Now, if we're saying this, and we come in here, what happens to this number here? This one is doing what? How would you put here? You come to this one, right? Look at the last. Here. But important thing. Which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it here? And it's still. So, why is that ratio important? We can't do all this.
Yeah, and then I wonder where we want to put it. Right.
Yes. Oh, we're going to always once. It's always going to. Right? Well, they want to check what you get. So how much would I? So that's 5 10. Well, the last question, once you compare the moles of reactants and products that you got compared to the ratio. So here, neither one of these numbers equals these. At least at the end here, these are equal by these numbers, correct? So how much neither one of these two numbers do you stand up? Again, ladies and gentlemen, you have about 7-8 minutes left to class. If you haven't done so, it's up to you, but you may want to go take a look at the questions or not. Similar to the last 4 questions in your packet. So in other words, the end of your packet, that unit practice test from numbers 6 through 10, those are similar to what you're going to see on the test tomorrow. 4 of those. Okay? Yes. But it was also
See, that's what I want to do. I want to live that home.
because ratio. Why are they the same? Because this is a 1-to-1 ratio. Well, you got to figure out a way to do that. You're an intelligent young lady. You'll find a way. Don't overcomplicate it. Just write what you just said.
If I go there.
What causes it to become enhanced?
Yes, I will. Do that.
Okay.
And then I'll pull up. And I'll hold it to the
So the amount of reaction compared to the product, the amount of product is what the amount of reaction. No. But in the bottom one, when it's the lead vector, you notice the amount of product is not greater. Because it's the leverage.
I never know, but I don't know like.
That's where that ratio step takes care of these numbers that are out in front. Okay?
What does our final meal look like?
I'll tell you on Monday or Tuesday. Because the last test is the final. The Unit 8 test is your final exam.
You don't have like a final like lab like you do first. Let's just pick it up.
Yeah, you can see it. Well, no, you can't.
She was saying
Over here.
oh my god.
Throw this away and get some water in the bottom like I asked you to do.
You still your belly button piercing? Did you take it out?
You took out your belly button? Oh, that had to hurt. Your belly button?
Did you know I pierced her belly button in my house at my cup?
No. Why?
She stabbed me with me. Yeah.
I guess you are a true friend.
I am.
Not much.
I'll always stab my friends.
I literally can't believe you actually.
That was, yeah, actually. My mom was like, why'd your friend come over?
You
And I
need
was
to
like,
show me volume.
oh, she wanted me to pierce her belly button. She was like, oh, okay. She's so used to that.
You don't have to show me this.
Destiny. Like, I low key wanted to know. I think it's so fun. Like,
Okay,
taking out
so
your
hang
fingers
on.
and us.
Here's the thing. These are relevant. I will not give you a problem like this.
No,
We'll
those
just
are
pick one, and then we'll go to our final. That's what this kind of thing is. Okay. You won't be asked to find the amount of both products. No, not gonna happen.
Can you get that for me? Come on.
Have a good game. You ready for your test tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen?
And then there was another.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Get out. Yes. Ratio. What's the number in front of the Na2CO3? A 3. Why did you put 1 down there? Right, so you lost 1 there, which caused your final answer to be the wrong number. No, go away. You want this to look at it or no? Well, because you got to leave it with me. If you want to keep it tonight and get it through tomorrow, we can look to fix that. That's fine. Just take it. I'll try to write it down. If not, you can yell at me tomorrow. I know you. I know, because I like to mess your stuff up for you. I really do. Yes, because I want you in my class again next year. That's what my ultimate goal is here. Yes, definitely.
Why did you close the book? She was waiting for you. She didn't
I told you I wasn't coming yesterday because I had to go home and make stromboli for my family. Stromboli. Kind of like pizza, but I take the crust and I roll up the stuff inside of it. So it's like, have you ever heard of a calzone? So it's like an empanada. Like an empanada. Okay, but I put pizza stuff in it. So I put pepperoni and mushroom.
Also, you
No. I cook all the time. I do all the time.
So you know how to cook.
I know how to cook. I know how to cook. I'm a cooker.
Good.
I'm a cooker.
So are
Now
you
go away. What?
No, are you coming today? Because I would.
Am I coming today? No, I gotta go home. What do we make it today?
Oh yeah. You don't
Well, no, but I'm leaving for my daughter's graduation.
graduate?
Oh.
Wait, no.
Yeah. Go away. Go. I know that's a good price. Where is this?